Hello friend, welcome to exciting tutorial where I teach you a database crash course in episode number 2. If you are not yet watching out the first episode, I put a link in the description so that you can view in order to know where we started and where we ended. So in this tutorial, I'm so exciting to teaching a database focused on your user interface, short for UE. So what the one I'm going to start with in how to I'll teach you how to access a database using browser, using a user interface like you see here. By using a user interface like this we see there. And also we are going to discuss on how to create, to read, update and delete data in MySQL database. So all operation I'm going to teach right now, so be there with me. And if you found that this tutorial is helpful for you, please don't forget to subscribe and share to another friend in order to everyone to be learn this database. So the tools that needed in order to begin, it is a XAMPP or it is a MySQL database. A MySQL database you can use it, for example, like we see here, you can download in order to access MySQL database. You can download one of these, including, it depends on you what operating system you are using. If you are using a Windows, you can download a XAMPP on the internet. If you are using a Macintosh, you can download a MAMP. Also, if you are using a LAMP, like you are using a Linux like me, I'm installing a Ubuntu Linux, you can use a LAMP instead. So if you fail to installing this application, I'll put a link in the description where I already creating a tutorial so that you can watch out, where we teach you how to installing this application called XAMPP on your computer. So a user interface of let's see the overview of what we are going to cover right now. So it should look like this. Oh, sorry there. So we are going to focus on both of this operation that I'm showing, like overview. So showing how to create a database, how to delete, how to create tables, how to insert, to put column, and etc. on how to insert a data, a record, or you can say that how to update that record, how to delete, and the bonus tip as well I will teaching on this episode. So the first episode we focused on using a terminal or command line user interface, so that it is a good idea to use both of them, or to have a knowledge on using both of them, including UI, which is the user interface, and terminal, to accessing a MySQL database using a terminal. So the first tutorial we focused on using a terminal, but right now it is using a user interface, or you can say GUI. So all operation I will teach you right now, like you see as an overview. like you see here, to increase the speed in order to start. Here it is using a terminal. You can say the SQL language. Okay, I hope we have seen. So let's start. To start with, you can be preparing a tools. So if you are using a window, and you are already installing a XAMPP, go to the search menu and search a XAMPP, and open that launch of the XAMPP and activate this service, Apache and MySQL on window. If you are using a Linux like me, you need to start a XAMPP. You can go to the terminal and go direct where you have already installing that XAMPP. So mine, I'm installing on this location. Let me show you quickly here. On here. So here, this is the place that I'm installing the XAMPP. So to access, I'm going to, in short, I'm going to navigate like this, go back and type like this. If you are using a lamp, or you're installing a Linux in your computer, just do like this and put a password there, so it's showing examples was already running. So in order to prove that, you can go to the browser. You can use any browser, it is your choice, including Firefox, Google Chrome, and etc. So now I'm going to type a local host and press enter. If you have installing successfully on your computer this XAMPP, and type on your URL here like this, it will bring you to this location. If we don't see this, it means that either we don't activating the Apache and the MySQL, or you fail to installing a XAMPP. So now I'm going to go direct to the MySQL database. So you can say phpMyAdmin. You can click that link and it will bring you to this location. So here you can see here it is more many table due to many projects that I already creating. So here there's many database due to many projects that I already created. So now I'm going to let me delete this. Give me a second, please. Okay. So we see this launch. So to create a database using a user interface, you can click here and it will bring you to this location. You can type a database name that you want to provide. You can provide a database name that you want to put. For example, here I'm starting, or I can like this. Database name should be my side. I'm going to write the hospital and click create. So now I've successfully creating a hospital database, like we see here on the right side. Here to say a table name, so you can provide a table name. Also a table name, you can write any name to your choice, but don't start with number and so on. For example, here I can say the staff. So this is the name of the table only. database called the hospital, and here you can specify how much column do you want on that table. By default it is 4. If you want to adjust, you can change, but I'm put as a default and click create. It's loading and it will bring you to this location. So here it's showing the table name, add. So here when you add, if we put a few column, can add just for, can adjust any, can just how much table, how much column do you want, and click go. So here in a table name, on a table of staff, I want a staff member should have an ID, also should have a user ID, also a staff should have a first name, last name. But I want more, can add here. I want to add 3 column and press go. So like you see here, it was being added. So I want email of that staff member. Also I want a password. Also I want to add a status of that staff member, and I want to add more column. Click go there, and I'm going to add a date in order to see which date was being registered that staff member. After writing a column name there, so we can specify a type. So a type, can specify which data we want to enter on that column. So on the ID I put as integer, and a length, this specify how much length do you want to that column. So mine, I want to put 11. On user ID I want to put an integer, and a length of value which is 11 as well. And also in a first name I want to put a variable character. So a variable character can handle character, including character like symbols, a number, and this text, or can put on that column. If we hover, it give a information. So a variable length of that string, you can see that here. So if the first name I want to put a length of 20 character. So a last name as well, variable character, they want to put 20 character. On email we want to put a variable character, and I'm adding a 100 character. And a password, I put a variable character so that you can add a 100 as well. A status I can put here to be 10, at least 10 character. And a date, here I want to put a timestamp. A timestamp is the mechanism that put a time automatically on which time was being entered that data. So here I'm put a 6. So a variable character I'm talking about, it is like this. If we allow, we put a var, can allow any words and symbols and number as well. If we are put an integer can only allow numbers. If we are putting like here we see a timestamp, so this is special for a date. So now you can say, for example, we are adding, can you put like this, so here it is here. So this will look like this on a timestamp. So a timestamp can capture a time that we entered that data. So it's showing a date and a time of that data was being captured. And here it is a length. A length we limit how much length do you want on that data. If for example we are putting a 3, so it means that only 3 characters will be allowed to enter on that column, like here 1, 2, 3. So if we're putting a number also, it should be 1, 2, 3. So that is a limitation we provide there. And also here we can leave as it is. If you want to, for example, you want a status to be defined as, should provide which value do you want, but I'm selecting as none. Here I'll leave as it is, and don't forget on the ID to go to the, here it's saying AI, so it means that auto increment. So tick there, and here make sure it is primary key. So it means that when a first record enter on that table, it count number 1. If a second data enter in that table, it count number 2. So it increase on sequence. After finish that, when they click to the very bottom here showing save, and they click there, so it shows the structure of that table of stuff. Like you see here, a server, it is a local host, the database, it is a hospital, and the table, it known as stuff. So a structure of the table called stuff was being look like this. See here, it is the name of the column, a data type that we allow, and so on and so forth. So let it browse in order to see that column that is being created. So now we are finished on teaching on how to create a database and how to create a table. So now it is your time to insert a record on a table on user interface. Once you are here, you can click here, it say insert, and it bring you to this location. As you remember, on the ID it incrementing in sequence, so that don't worry about that, you can ignore that. And in user ID you can provide a user ID. So here I'm put a random and a name. I'm going to write in my name, a last name. I'm going to write in a last name, my email. I'm going to provide my email there. Also a password, put a weak password, a status of that staff member, it is active. And here on your date, you can click there, here where cursor is, and it gives it this feature, and you just click enter on your keyboard. It put a time of the today, and you click go. So now you are successful. It's showing one row inserted. Here it is a query that was being used to insert that record. Let me copy that to state a point and paste here. This is a query. So we are inserting into a staff. A staff is if you remember correctly, it is a table name, and there is a column of ID, a user ID, a first name, a last name, a password, a status, and a date. Also a value on the column number 1, which is the ID. It is null, but the system should know this is the ID number 1, this is the user ID, and the etc. and the etc. If you look closely in your table, in your date, in your date they match like this, so it means that this is a timestamp. So that is the query that is being used to insert. If you are going to browse here, I'm seeing the one record is being inserted on that table by using user interface. For example, here I can add more. So I can add another one. Oopsie. If we are putting a long character, it give an error. Please enter a valid length than this. So here I'm supposed to be, this is not the place actually. This is the user ID. Can you put a random? But here can you put a first name, a last name, a email. I'm going to copy. I'm going to paste. Copy again. Okay, this is not a original email, but I'm guessing for teaching gmail.com. a password, and put a password. Also a status, it is, say I can say that enabled, or I can say active. A date as well. I'm going to click this box and press enter, and it will capture the date of the today and the time. Also down here to put another way of adding two records at once. So if you remember correctly, at the top here I'm adding one column, and if we put another column, you can add another row. There's one, so it means that one row, a second row. So here I can put again a random user ID. I can put another user or staff member called Jane. A father's name, can say T's. Can say that is what name, can say Do. Email, can put provide the email there. Can say yahoo.com. Also a password, I can put another password, a weak password, or I can say my password. Status, this is disabled. click that and press enter. Once you click go, so you are inserted to a record at once by clicking go. So it's showing continue to insertion with two row, like we see here. So we are adding two row, the first one and the second one, then press go. Here it is a query that are being used to insert two record at once. So here it says that two record inserted. The record inserted in ID it is true, so it is 3. So we have successfully to adding 3 record that we browsing. So there is 3 record, or can say 3 rows. So if you want to insert by using a command user interface, you can write here. For example, I can say insert into. This I'm writing a SQL language. Insert into, specify the table name. The table name here it is a staff. Wait a minute, it is a staff. So here provide a column. There is a user ID, comma, specify the two by using a comma. There is first name, comma, last name, comma, which another one. Let me right click and open a new tab because I forgot. There is email, comma, there is a password, comma, another one, it is your status. So that at the end here put a value. So a value should supposed to be like this. So in the user ID I'm put a random user ID there. It is a 2 by using a comma again. Another it is a first name. Put another first name code. Like I can say Prosper, or I can say Angel, comma, a last name can say that it is Adili. Also email, I can put Angel. This stuff, the email code Angel Adili like this, gmail.com. So a password of that Adili code, you can write password, comma, a status of that Adili, it is active. Oops, active. Don't forget to put a single quote. Otherwise you get an error. If you want to add more at the same time, can you copy on your values there? Can you copy and terminate, put a comma between the two and paste again. So now we can add another user. So let me copy and remove, because I don't want on the first time to do that. And I'm going to press go. If I get an error, it notify me. So I'm clicking go. It's showing one record, one row inserted. Inserted row ID it is 4. So there is 4. There is 4 rows that are inserted, like you see here. So now I'm successful to teaching on how to insert a record on a database. So another, it is you want to teach you right now, it is how to read a record on a database. So to read a record, when you look closely here, it says select star from staff. So this is a query that is using to reading a record on a database, like we see here. So the star means that a multiple, or can say that all record that are inserted on that row. So if you want to change, so that is the query. So if I edit, I can go to the SQL here. I can say select star from staff and remove this, and I click go. It gives the same result. Like you look here. If I'm going again, if I want to select a specific or to limit, if we don't want to get more record, like this. For example, I don't want to get a date. Also, I don't want to get a date. I can come to the SQL here and select star from staff and remove here instead of star. Can you put a specific? For example, I want to put to get an ID. To separate with the two, we use a comma again. So another one, I want to put it to get a first name, a last name, a email, a password. Also, I want to add the order that doesn't matter. Can you put in descending order or ascending order is up to you. Comma. So here I don't see a date. Let's remove a where one. Oopsie, what I've done there. I'll remove this and go. Click the button, go. So now you see here, you see the specific column that I want to see. When you look here, there is a date, but now by using that query here, you don't see a date. So you can click here, edit inline. You can change if you want to. You don't want to see a password as well, you can remove and click go here. And as you see here, the password is being gone. Also you can read the data in specific feature. For example, I can write a query like select star from a table name called staff. I can say where oh my god, what I've done. I'm supposed to copy and refresh because I want to get more record. Editing line and paste. Say select staff from staff where a ID where a status is equal to active. By writing this query, I can get only records that are status is being active, but this gen we don't see because the status it is disabled. Let me prove here by clicking go. Now we see that the record that is being getting. We're not getting a gen because the status is disabled for some reason. So here this is a query that is being used to read a specific record by looking at features of that record. I can edit in line. For example, I can specify by using a date, a password. I can say password, put a small letter. A password is equal to put a weak password here. I provide a password and click go. Here I can see the only, let's refresh here. Here I can see the only two records of a record of a Jacob and a record of Angel. That is they provide a password 1 up to 8. Let me click go. Now I see there's two records, a Jacob and Angel, only two. So here it is how to look to select or to read a record using a specific column. Also, let me jump on editing a record. So to edit a record, you can, for example, let me refresh. Here it is a query, select stuff from stuff. So select a multiple record or all record in the stuff. That's why you see this all record. There is 4 record. So now you want to update one of these using a SQL language. For example, here I want to update a name of Angel. I can say that update here, specify a table. Or I can say update the table name called staff. Oops. I can say set if I'm put here wrong, I can give an error, so I can fix it because I don't remember correct the order. So update stuff set. Can provide which one you want to update. For example, here on Adil, want to put instead of Adil should be supposed to be Ali. You can say where specify a column called last name is equal to, can provide you want to change to be Ali. And here we say a where we want to update that record. So here if we want to provide a where and click go, we are going to change all record on that column, but I don't want to do that. So here I can say I'm putting where because I want to go to specific row. So any row number of that ID. So here I can tag by using, I can say where ID is equal to 4 and press go. Here it's going to changing this record. Instead of ID it should be R. By clicking go, so it's saying one row affected. If I browse again, I'm seeing before was being added, but now it is early. So here I'm successfully updating a record. So let me come again here, and if you want to update 2, you can do like this. You can say update, specify a table name, it is the stuff, you say set, you can specify which one you want to update. For example, here instead of angel, you can say where, so that is a column where the first name is supposed to be, instead of angel, should be Amina, like this. So here you can say and, you can say comma, to separate the two, but we use the comma and a last name. I want to put called Abdul, like this. Also another one, it is an email. I want to be Amina gmail.com, like this. So here I can say where I want to update this record, on record number, on row number 4. I can say by where ID is equal to 4, or I can say where a first name is equal to angel. You can go direct to that location, or I can say where if I say a password is equal to 1 2 3 4 up to 8, you can go to change on this record and that as well. But I want to go specific on this record, so I can say where a user ID, because since I know it is this one, let me copy. I can say where, I can change here, I can say where a user ID is equal to, can provide a user ID there, and click go. So if you see this a green and a tick mark, so it means that you have successfully. So here if you look closely here, there is it change, it's Amina Abdul, Amina gmail.com, and so on. So it means that you have successfully to update a record, instead of from angel to be Amina. So let's jump on it to delete a data. To delete a record or data, can say that you use this query. Can say that delete from, specify a table name called staff. You said to put where. If you want to delete all, you can put this query and click go. It realizes your data. But here I said I want to delete one record. I can say where an ID is equal to 4. So here I'm going to the specific row number 4. The record is being analyzed by clicking go. Oops, do you want it asking, because if we are deleting it, delete it permanent. And if I click OK, it's saying one record deleted, and click browse, showing the one record is successful to delete. So this is how so I've already covered on how to create, how to read, how to update, how to delete data in MySQL database. So a bonus tip that I want to teach you, it is how to, for example, if I want to add more, for example here I want to add more, to add more a record by using user interface here. If you remember correctly, right now it is 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3, number 4 is being deleted. I want to add more by clicking insert. I want to add code a Michael. Okay, say oopsie, wrong press, cut that and put a random ID. And your first name should be Michael. Your last name I can say Usha. I can say yes, Usha. The email I can say, and copy and paste the first name and add in gmail.com like this. Oopsie. Password, put a password. A status, it is active. This guy is active, and a date created. Click here and click enter and you click go. So you've successfully to add another record. And if I'm going to browse, and you see here it's adding, so it's showing a ID 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3, number 4 it was being deleted, so it jumped to number 5. So it means that you have lost a incrementation of that number. Also, I will teach you later on how to do that. Here, if you look closely here, or you can edit direct by double clicking a column. For example, here you want to change Usha to be James. I can put here and move a mouse outside like this and click, showing all row affected. So if you change, or can you click this delete as well. You can click it, give a pop-up. It say, do you want to execute delete? If you want to, can you click OK. If you don't want to, can you cancel. But you must say I want to do that, and I'm clicking OK. So it's showing a query up there, updating, set gen, and so on and so on and so forth. So if we want to edit, you can click here, edit. So it take you to this insert, and you can update a record on that column and press go. If you want to update a multiple, you can click check all and click easy edit. So it give all record like easy. So if another one, if you want to do, I want to teach you, it is, if you remember correctly, I'm adding a 5 record, but number 4 is being disappeared. So it means that you have lost your incrementation. So to fix that issue, can you go to the operation here and go to the truncate. So instead of doing that, let click here and edit on that tab, but here I want truncate. You can say truncate, click OK. If I'm going to browse, I'm not seeing a record, and if I want to add more, can go to another tab and re-enter that data and press go. Oopsie, what you've done here. Oh, I lost that data at your interesting. Let me add one more. Oopsie, I'll put it along. Cut that, put it randomly a user ID here, put a name, a password, status, this guy is active, and press enter, click go one more time. So now you see I'm already adding one record. So now you want to, if for example want to export and import a record, what to achieve that? For example, you've deleted for some reason this record data, you can back up in order to enter on that MySQL. For example, here I can click export. I want to export that record to move out, to make a copy to outside the table of this MySQL, so that I can click here and click export, and click export here. It come up, it's saying hospital.sql. So let me open that out and open in Sublime Text. It's showing phpMyAdmin SQL dump, a version of that SQL. The information if you want to, the host name to the localhost and so on and etc. There is a lot of words I cannot explain all. So here it's saying the query that is being used to create that table. It is this one. To dumping data into that table called stuff. I'm using this query. Index dumping, no. And so on and so forth. So if you look here, modifying ID. So if you want to add another ID, it's supposed to being 2. So now for some reason let me delete this database. I can say that, let me try by saying drop. Let me write drop database code hospital. If it is wrong, you can give an error. Drop a database code hospital and click go. Supplies, the query is successful. And if you see here, look here on left hand, sorry, you don't see the table database code hospital. So let me create a new and write hospital and click OK. So I cannot start it to creating again a table. What I can do here, to click on import, and here this file may be compressed on this allowed file and so on and so forth, and I click browsing and go to the where that data or that SQL was being deposited. There's a lot of data here. I can search what is down here. not it is here, it's called SQL hospital.sql, and click select and click import. Take some time, but showing, if you see the green color, it means that we've successfully backup that data. So if we come to the stuff, the table is being come back again, and if we click to browse, I can see here. If I want to see the SQL language that is being used to create, I can click here and click here and select this and click show create. So it shows the SQL language that is being used to create that database. So for example, here I can copy and you can come here. So to drop a database, you can use this code, this command. You can say drop table, and to drop a table called staff, and come here and click go and click OK. So suppose they don't have a table now, so I'll copy that query. So I'm going to come here and paste using a Control V on your keyboard, and come here and click go. Oopsie, there is error, supplies. So let me, oopsie, I don't remove this stuff for some reason. Click go again. So it's saying I was successfully creating that table and the column as well. So you can insert that record here. It is the hospital. Try to open again hospital.sql. Come here on that query of insert, copy that, come back to the browser and go to the SQL, select all and paste, and here I'll click go. So it's successfully adding one record, and if you click browse, you see the record is coming back. So I hope we've enjoyed on how to using this user interface. If we get an errors, you can notify me to the comment, and if you think this tutorial was being teaching something, if you can like it and subscribe if you are not subscribed yet. For the people who have already subscribed, thank you for appreciating. I see you in another tutorial. Thank you.